This is the meeting of the Southfield Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered as a community meeting. There are opportunities for public participation during the meeting, and comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. The board will listen to comments but may not respond during the meeting. If you wish to address the board, please submit a comment card. Roll call. Charles Hicks, Board President.
Darrell B. Joyce, Vice President.
Betty Robinson, Treasurer.
Yolanda Smith-Charles, Trustee.
Ariel Foster, Student Representative.
Madison Turner, Student Representative.
Deasia Wells, Student Representative.
Benjamin Colding, Student Representative.
And on the phone,
Dr. Jennifer Green, Superintendent.
Dr. Green is one of 25 superintendents selected to participate in the AASA National Superintendent Certification Program cohort out of all superintendents within the country. That's a great honor. The AASA National Superintendent Certification Program includes in-depth investigation through real-world case studies and current issues and events. So she's representing our district well. Want to also make note that Trustee Talisha Rice will not be here this evening. She's had some family events that occurred that she has to address. And Trustee Poole, Michael Poole, is out ill on this evening. At this point, technical assistance will be provided by M1 Studios, and Ms. Andrea Philpott will be recording the meeting minutes on our behalf. If we could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We can transition into the report. Board matters. Since we've last met, we've had a couple of items that occurred that I wanted to make sure that we addressed to the body here as well as those listening and viewing audience. Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology is a great place filled with educators and staff investing in our students daily. Recent fights on campus reflect an anomaly, and this is not an ongoing issue for the school. Board policies exist to ensure the safety of both students and staff. The district invests in preventative efforts and is committed to teaching, practicing, and reinforcing behaviors that result in a positive academic and social outcomes for our students. We believe the community, which includes the district, students, and parents, are responsible and accountable for the educational environment. Students, parents, staff must work together to address, resolve, and minimize future occurrences. That response was written to address issues that arose in the high school related to recent fights. We also had some discussion regarding some coursework that was put on hold, which went over the origin of the N-word. Recently, there has been possible social media attention, media coverage, and events planned by the student body regarding a lesson on the origin of the N-word at Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology. The lesson, after research, was not a component of our board-adopted aligned curriculum. As a result, the Office of the Superintendent issued a cease and desist until the board policy has been initiated relative to this concern. The Office of the Superintendent cease and desist will remain. Now, if you reference two board policies, 2220, which is the approval of courses of study, and 2221 on mandated courses, if reading those policies, the course in question just didn't follow the policy where the coursework was reviewed by a committee, brought to the superintendent, and then the superintendent brought to the board. there's not a debate at this time on what the coursework is, just that the coursework in question didn't follow the proper process. So we want that coursework to follow the process, and then we'll determine the next steps based on, again, the review of the committee, and then the superintendent bringing it to the board for adoption. So I just want to make sure that it's clear what the concern related to the coursework was. It was just that simply didn't follow the process. Any other board matters?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm speaking on behalf of Diane Piegler, who was not able to make it tonight. She had a death in her family. She's a member of the National Congress of Black Women of Oakland County, and they are going to have a mock election event on October the 27th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. She wanted me to make that announcement. They need volunteers, and they need schools to volunteer to participate in the mock election. So she wanted me to share that, and her email address is dpiegler@hotmail.com. If you have any questions, you can give her a call. And so that's coming up on October the 27th. We're trying to make sure we get as many people as we can to get out and vote, especially young folks. And that's it.
Pursuant to Board Policy 175.1, I believe we had several trustees that attended the Policy Council. Does anyone have updates for this evening?
Are we still in board matters?
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone, community, board, superintendent. This being Black History Month is probably one of the more sensitive and maybe prickly times in my lifetime, not everyone's lifetime, where that month and that word are synonymous with so much more than, probably I've had to ever experience. And so while I do have stuff to report out from NSBA, I think it ties in very well just to the monumental time in which we were in DC last week. I'm going to go on record as a nonpartisan member of this board. We are all nonpartisans on school boards. It was a sham Senate trial. I can't help but say it, and it showed that the bar or the level of demand is very, very great at the local level. You can get answers and responses from your county commissioners, from your city council people, from your school board people, from your dog catcher. But to get the same type of attention to detail and to scope at the federal level was super disappointing as, someone who loves my country and someone who really feels strongly about inalienable rights. And so I appreciate the opportunity to have gone last week, where we did get a chance to advocate on the behalf of public education. For many of you in the audience, you may not be aware that the National School Board Association, the Michigan Association of School Boards, who we pay dues to as a district, and they support us in a lot of ways, recognizes charter schools in pretty much the same light as a traditional public school. And so that is where our voices need to be loud and clear about what we expect our tax dollars to pay for and what not to pay for. We shouldn't be paying for private schools. We shouldn't be paying for, to the same degree, charter schools, because they just don't have the same overhead. And so that's pretty much just a snippet of the many things we talked to our legislators about. And so one thing I do want to mention is one hallway we got a chance to go down held, the offices of Andrea Ocasio-Cortez. Right across the hall was Andy Levin. Right down the hall was Haley Stevens. And so as we were walking away, Haley Stevens just happened to turn the corner, and of course we were like, oh, Southfield Public Schools, we're watching you closely. And she was so loud and interested and proud of Southfield Public Schools, which is not even in her district. But we're doing a lot of really good things, just like normally. Ever since I've been on this board, former President Buchanan used to say, if it bleeds, it leads. It's still happening with our local media today. Not to say that things aren't important to be brought to light. Certainly they are. I just wish the same amount of dedication to the if it bleeds, it leads stories were applied to the many, many wonderful, under-the-radar things that are happening. every one of these young people are going to bring a report full of quality content, and yet it doesn't rise to the level of ratings and sponsorship. So that is what this Black History Month is about, so much more than we've ever seen before, and I hope that we can come together, bind together as a united front, and do what we got to do this year, March 10th, and in November. So that's part of what I want to say about the conference.
And so let me say, at that conference was Yolanda Smith-Charles, Michael Poole, and myself. And so we had a great time, and we walked our tails off, walking up and down Capitol Hill.
We did.
That was tough. And so we got a chance to see Senator Stabenow and Senator Peters, and we got a chance to sit in the gallery and listen to passionately Cory Booker, who spoke very passionately, and it was like, wow. So we really got a lot out of it. And so I'll share more of my experience at the next meeting we have.
Okay. Any other board matters? Hearing none. Report of the student board representatives. Ms. Foster from the University High School Academy.
Alrighty.
Good evening, everyone, board members, Dr. Green, and the Southfield community. My name is Ariel Foster, and I'm the student representative for University High School Academy. So February is another exciting month at the U. Dean Williams is hosting Donuts with Dean, which is a seminar event that took place on February 7th for high school students, and it will be held February 26th for middle schoolers. This closed seminar will allow students to speak one-on-one with Dean Williams, share information about their learning and school experience, and have the opportunity to share out ideas in order to make the U a better place. Next, we have, on February 10th, University High School is hosting a special event from Mrs. Dubster, granddaughter of civil rights icon Ida B. Wells. Students from Southfield A&T and the U will get to enjoy this reform. Going on, the Black Tech Tour stops at the U on Thursday, February 13th. In celebration of Black History Month, tech executives will come together for the third annual Black in Technology School Tech Plus Talk pop-up. The event includes a career tech panel from African American engineers, software developers, designers, marketers connected to high-tech companies like Google, Microsoft, and Amazon, and even more. Our technology and NSBE students are looking forward to this event. The Wolverine Pathway Express will be coming up at the U on Friday on the 14th. The Wolverine Express is the University of Michigan's Ann Arbor matches their professors with high school teachers. The professors will be bused to the U, visit our classrooms, and share their experience in related fields of studies. Topic related to high school students, the benefits of higher education, and career opportunities will be mentioned. Furthermore, as we all know, February is Black History Month. To celebrate Black history, the National Honor Society at our school is hosting an assembly that will feature dance and choir performances, student lectures, an appearance from the Natural Hair Club, educational speech to honor Black culture, and this event will take place on February 28th in the auditorium during seminar. Last up for the month of February, the class of 2020 wants students to come and shoot their shot at the student versus student basketball game. This event will take place on Valentine's Day, of course, 8th hour in the in the gymnasium, excuse me. Thank you. My name is Ariel Foster, and that is all that I have for you today. I will see you next month.
Thank you, Ms. Foster. Ms. Turner for Southfield Regional Academic Campus.
Hello, board members, Superintendent Dr. Green, Central Office staff, and administrators, parents, students, and guests. My name is Madison Turner, Student Board Representative for Southfield Regional Academic Campus. I'd like to take a few moments to share exciting things happening at my school, home of the Phoenix. Congratulations to my math teacher, Ms. Cassandra Dorito, parent and monitor Calvin T. Mann, and Mr. Steve Johnson for being recognized by the Student Area PTA Councils for their outstanding service to children. Congratulations to Southfield Regional Senior Keon Cleary, who was the 2020 runner-up in the state of Michigan Youth Arts Month Flag Art Competition, sponsored by Surrogate Art Company and the National Art Education Association. Junior Deontay Davis II was awarded second place in the 2020 Detroit Branch NAACP Art and Essay Competition. His artwork reflected the theme of what the civil right means to me, and he will receive 150 educational scholarship, and his family, Miss McNeese, Mr. Easton, and his family are all invited to attend a reception hosted by Coca-Cola with the community leaders at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History on Thursday, February 27th. On February 13th, select students from Southfield Regional will attend the Technology TED Talk at University High School. To celebrate Black History Month, Southfield Regional is highlighting historical Black colleges and universities. Every day, we're having a door decorating competition featuring HBCUs and prompt historical African Americans. Calling all fathers, grandfathers, uncles, and parental guardians to join us for donuts, coffees, and juice as we begin our Donut with Dad celebration on February 27th from 8:30 to 9:30. Every second and fourth Wednesday, Michigan Works is working with a select group of 10th and 11th graders on career exploration, job interviewing skills, and resume writing. Every Wednesday, students can take advantage of Finding Your Lemonade mentoring, participate in the first Michigan banking program, and take part in the open gym. I would like to conclude by thanking Mr. Easton, Dr. Green, and the Southfield School Board for giving me this amazing, valuable learning experience and the opportunity to serve on the board as the student representative of Southfield Regional Academic Campus. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology, Mr. Colding and Ms. Wells.
One moment. Good evening, everyone. We bring greetings on behalf of the home of the Warriors, where every dream has a journey and every career has a pathway. My name is Benjamin Colding.
My name is Deasia Wells.
And we'd like to start off by thanking the Board of Education, our superintendent, and our administration team for giving us the opportunity to represent the Southfield High School for the Arts and Technology.
Without further ado, we'd like to immerse the audience with the amazing events and activities during the months of January and February.
On January 29th from 6 o'clock p.m. to 8 p.m., the class of 2020 senior pinning took place at Burden Manor in Livonia. The food was delicious, the ambience was elegant, and the sentiment in the room was that of love. Seniors found themselves having lots of fun taking pictures with their friends and parents, eating dinner with one another, and having a moment for parents to acknowledge all of their accomplishments. On behalf of the class of 2020, I'd like to thank Ms. Butler for organizing the event and the class of 2021's executive board for helping distribute the senior pins, which were designed by A&T's own Rashad Lambert.
The day after senior pinning, various seniors, club sponsors, students, counselors, and A&T Warriors welcomed the class of 2025 at our annual 8th grade open house. We look forward to the gifts, talents, and new beginnings that can be created within the incoming class of 2025.
Throughout the month of February, Mrs. Butler and the class of 2020 student e-board will be selling Senior Stranger Things t-shirts for $10. Seniors can get their order forms from the B House office or in the folder by the huge class of 2020 sign in Upper C House. Also note that count day is tomorrow, Wednesday, February 12th, and make sure that you attend the entire school day. Arrive to each of your classes on time and ready to learn. Your presence and participation matters to us.
On February 13th from 6 to 8 p.m., Mr. Martin, Dr. Charles, and Mr. Gary will host a music department winter recital. All are welcome to come in and join the evening filled with music. The show has featured the talents of the A&T's band, choir students, piano students, string students, jazz ensemble, and more. Be sure to come and support our music department.
Our Mighty Warriors, who are also known as a Robotics Team 94, have begun their journey on working with teachers and engineers to design and build an autonomous, remote-control robot. Teams compete in a tournament and a final winner is selected. Visit firstinspires.org for additional information. Southfield A&T will host the competition on Friday, February 28th and 29th. The event is free, and schools from around the state of Michigan will be present to compete and cheer on the champion.
Before we conclude, please mark your calendars for our midwinter break starting February 17th and ending February 21st. Our next PTSA meeting is scheduled for Monday, February 24th at 6 p.m. in the library. Also, in honor of Black History Month, our warriors will hear daily announcements dedicated to African American history. Seminar classes will compete against each other to showcase their Black History Month displays. Our social studies classes will participate in a local field trip to hear Miss Duster speak, who is a relative of the legendary Ida B. Wells. We will also create a wall of honor and end the month with a Black History program on February 27th during 8th hour and a Black History Month buffet on February 28th from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
I'm glad we had this time together, and we wish you and yours a happy Valentine's Day.
One more thing before we go. I want to say that I witnessed the fights on the news as well, and I want to make it clear that A&T is not a bad school. We are not a perfect school, but there is no perfect school. I walk the hallways, me and Ben actually walk the hallways, and we see the stuff that our peers and I are doing and the great accomplishments that's happening at A&T. And I'm very proud to wear my red, white, and blue, and I love my school and the things that we do there. It's just a couple, a few bad apples ruin a bunch. And what we do that's positive is being outshined by this negative outlook. And that's not A&T. That's what to make that happen. And last but certainly not least, we would like to end with a warrior clap.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. You all are free to leave. I know you got homework. So, see you all later. Thank you. Report of the superintendent, Dr. Green.
Yes, good evening, Board President and trustees and community assembled. This evening, we were scheduled to honor our unified basketball team. Unfortunately, they have a mandatory practice this evening. Their final game of the season is on tomorrow, where we play Lake Orion. It is a home game at 4:30 p.m. So please come out and support our unified basketball team. We will have them at the March meeting to give them the proper recognition. So at this time, if Principal Jackson is there, she has a school presentation for you, Levy Middle School.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Southfield Board of Education, Dr. Green, Cabinet. Thank you for giving us this opportunity this evening.
Thank you.
And I promise I will be brief. I've already been warned.
Oh, this is nice.
I know, too nice.
So I will begin. First, I'm going to introduce myself. Again, I'm Ms. Jackson, the principal of the lovely Levy Middle School. On my right is my assistant principal, Mr. David Miller. And on my left, we have Mr. Tony Blankenship, our coordinator of culture, diversity, and inclusion, short for Dean of Culture. So the first thing I'm going to highlight is how we communicate to all of our stakeholders. I'm just going to lift a few things from each slide, so I will not be long this evening. The first, one of the ways that we do communicate with our stakeholders is through School Messenger. It's a robocall that we use. We also use surveys, and we use those for students, parents, and staff. And also our subs. We give a survey to every sub that comes in our building just to get their feedback on how the students were their lesson plans, was the environment welcoming, and so on. We also use student workshops to communicate our test data to our students so they can interpret and understand the different assessments that they're taking. And when I speak of assessments, I'm speaking of NWEA, MSTEP, and our PSAT. We also use Parent University monthly when we communicate and try to educate our parents. This is a monthly meeting that takes place every fourth Monday. When surveying our stakeholders on how well do they feel informed about the events that take place at Levy, 61% of our stakeholders said that they feel well informed. And of course, you can read the rest of the data there. When asking our parents, how would you prefer to be informed over 71% of our parents, believe it or not, still would like flyers to go home with their students. I think it's the middle school mindset, because I thought it would have been social media, but they prefer to receive information sent home with their child. When we're speaking about, for Goal 2, when we're speaking about the curriculum and instructional piece, what we've been doing throughout the school year through professional learning, our collaborative Mondays, is actually looking at the collaborative learning cycle. When looking at the collaborative learning cycle, what you do is you remove all biases. So the first thing that we do, we look at our test data as a staff. We activate and engage. That means we make predictions and surface assumptions. We're looking at the data that we collect. Then we're exploring and discovering. We're actually analyzing the data. What does the data say? And then we organize and integrate the data. At this point, what are we going to do? We come up with causal theories, and we come up with solutions, and we also look at causal theories. When looking at the causal theories, we look at why is our data the way it is, okay? That could be if our students are doing very well. It could also be if our students are not doing so well. So these are some causal theories. I'm not going to go through those. And also, I forgot, there is a copy of the presentation where you can take notes if you have any questions later. So these are just some of the causal theories that we look at. It could be leadership, it could be the infrastructure, curriculum, instruction, teachers, or students in those different areas. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Miller.
Hi, Mr. Miller. One of the things that at Levy we are choosing to be a spearhead this year is creation of the STEAM curriculum at the school. Levy has been a STEAM school, but it hasn't been as robust as we'd like it to be. So we are currently creating a STEAM lab, and in that lab we are gathering things that are piecemeal throughout either the district or even in our buildings, as well as personal materials, and going to our partnerships in the area and getting things from our partners. So what we're trying to do is that, of course, STEAM is English, math, science, and the arts all put together, and engineering. And we really want to create this, because right now we have like this core cluster that's really involved in STEAM. We want our whole school to be STEAM. We want to have STEAM electives. We want to line this up so that when their kids go to A&T, they're right in line with going into the new academy, if we're going to go to the academies, and what they're going to do with robotics and engineering and other areas inside of A&T. So we want to create this linear motion of what our kids are going to do in our district. Currently, really, it's a class where kids are kind of have math. They're a little bit ahead in math, and we use it as that. But we really want to change this and morph it into a whole school endeavor. And we do also have half days in which we're starting this process. So on our half days when we have our professional development, the mornings are STEAM days, where everybody is doing a STEAM activity in the building, just to start to build the mindset of what this means in our classrooms. So up here, if you look carefully, we actually started the room with an old room. It was a clothing drive room, and it's in the upper right, sort of middle right-hand corner. And we've slowly added some stuff and some signage, and we made it more visually attractive and appealing. We repurposed some things that were in storage, and then cleaned them up and made them work and put them in there. But we really want to. I mean, this is what we've done in this year with our STEAM lab. A 3D printer is in there, donated by U of M, and some Vex Robotics things that I have personally that are in there, and piecemeal from the school itself from different initiatives in the past. But we really want to create the more dynamic center. As you can see, is a 3 on the bottom. When we visited other schools and other school districts and their STEAM schools, this is sort of what we see, and we want this for our kids too. So it's something that we're planning, we're building on, we're trying to get people involved. Again, our leaders in the community and our partnerships, and trying to get everyone on board so we can get this done. Okay.
Okay, these are just a few things, and again, I'm just going to lift some things from each slide. This is how we provide professional learning for our teachers. We have monthly district-wide professional learnings. That's a half day each month. And we also have Oakland Schools Professional Learning. They come into our schools and our teachers go out for professional learning as well. This is the professional learning for leaders that you see standing here. We have blueprint training. I was in a meeting today. We also have, we belong to the Michigan Elementary and Middle School Principal Association, MESPA, and also mentoring for Inspiring Principal Oakland Schools. I am a mentor for an upcoming principal through Oakland Schools. This is our My Access data. This is the data that for our support service population, some of them, not all of them. And I'm not going to go over through this. You can actually, look at this later. But if you look at the different levels, these are the different levels that they're on where you see surpass, attain, and emerging, okay? And they're doing quite well. So we've had this conversation with our support service department and also the teachers, is that maybe if those kids are doing so well, we can move them to regular assessments like MSTEP and PSAT. The next data slide you will see is MSTEP, spring 2019. These are our scores here. If you look closely, our students that were advanced or proficient in ELA was 19%. And in sixth grade was 19%, seventh grade was 20%. The eighth graders did not take the MSTEP for ELA and math because last year they started taking the PSAT. So that's why for the eighth grade you only see social studies. And as you can see, there's some work that needs to be done there too, because they were only 7% of our students in social studies that were advanced in eighth grade. For our PSAT data, for spring and fall, I have it here. Again, only the eighth graders take the PSAT, which is a practice for the SAT. 45% of our students in the spring that took the PSAT, they were proficient in evidence reading and writing, 45%. That's pretty good. That was the first time they took that test, so 45% of the students were proficient. If you look at in the fall, these are not the same eighth graders again, so it's not really comparing apples to apples, but this is the new incoming eighth graders, only 29% were proficient with English, with reading and writing, evidence-based reading and writing. It would be very interesting in the spring to see how those students will do because they'll take that test, they'll take that assessment again in the spring. When we're looking at our NWEA data, we're looking at our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And I'm not going to touch on all these. You can look at these. Usually you'll see the bar graphs, but we just put it in tables so we can kind of cut down the slides. But in each area in the fall, you can see that our students, this was the projected growth that NWEA stated that our students would be at, but this is the observed growth. So as you can see, they exceeded that. And again, you can look at that later. This is the 8th grade. Again, even though they take the PSAT and the social studies for the MSTEP, they also still take the NWEA 3 times a year. Okay, these are other resources that we have to disrupt the status quo and also to help with the growth of our students. So we can see those improvements in the test scores. We have our Title I math teacher on board, and we also use Khan Academy, which is also the PSAT College Board use those scores to develop individualized practice for those students with the areas that they are struggling in. These are 2 other ways, and again, of course, there are 5 ways here, but I'm just going to lift the highly qualified instruction that we're doing throughout the district as administrators, doing walkthroughs, 15-minute walkthroughs, just going in to observe the instruction of each teacher, and also our pastoral care. You know, not just thinking about always academics, but also getting to know what that child is going through outside of the 4 walls of our school, and also when they come in and give them that pastoral care. These are just some other areas of how we make sure that our students are college and career ready. Again, I'm not going to read those. I'm sure you've heard those from other schools, but they kind of mirror with the different partnerships that we have also. But one of the huge partners that we have is U of M that comes in our school, and of course, as Mr. Miller mentioned, donated a 3D printer to our STEAM lab, which was huge for us and our students. These are some partnerships that we have. Again, I'm just going to lift 2 of them. 411 Therapy, who has donated several things to our school, and Beaumont Hospital Cooking Matters, where they actually come in, they prepare meals for our students after school, and then they also take the food. They bring in groceries where they can take that food home, what they use to prepare those meals. Community service, our support services also are involved in this. Support service, homeless blanket drive, the American Heart Association Hoop for Hearts. And now we get to the culture and climate, and I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Blankenship.
Good evening. The one thing that I want to focus on that's been very important for us this year, we talk a lot about not suspending our kids, not letting them be at home and learning from home, trying to keep them in the school as much as possible. And a program that we have is called Levy 360. It's been very efficient and it's worked amazingly for us this year, keeping our students in the building. How it works is we may have a young man or young lady who gets in a little trouble, do some things they're not supposed to do. And instead of us suspending them and sending them home, we'll have those students work with us in the school, and they'll work on this program, Levy 360. And the program is set up for them to look at either a video or on a computer, and they'll answer questions. And throughout those questions they have to answer, they have to be able to do it correctly. And if it's not done correctly, they have to go back and do it until it's done 100%. So it teaches them reading comprehension, which is very important, obviously, and also being able to see things consistently and try to get it corrected and try to get it right. It's something that we've been able to do and something that's been efficient for us and very helpful for our young people, because they're not just sitting in the library, they're not just sitting in my office, and not just sitting in Mr. Miller's office, you know, twiddling their thumbs. They're actually working and actually learning. And in most cases, during that program, they're doing something that has something to do with the mistake that they made. If they were truant, then we have a program that we would put in talking about truancy. They'll answer questions about being truant. They will have to answer those questions correctly. And once they answer those questions correctly 100%, they can go on to the next module. So again, it's been great for us. I'm sure Ms. Jackson's ready to come up here and show you guys how the numbers have changed our school and helped change our culture as well.
And actually, I put that in your packet, board members, so you can look at that later. Also, I just want to lift home visits. We also do home visits again with that pastoral care, you know, trying to get to really know the student, especially if, you know, we've done everything, we've tried everything. That's something else that we do as our last resort. We have Levy Lovely Ladies, also in our district monthly character words, building character, inspiring lives. And the last thing we're going to hand out to you that we use for pastoral care, whenever we have a new student to come in, we also give them a what we call a swag box. The last box right there, the last box. We give them a swag box, students with a goal. Yep, the last box. Mr. Miller's right. That's for the board members. And we give them a welcome box. So we want to share that with you, because it also, every time someone comes in our building, we try to make them feel welcome. And we just want them to, you know, because many times when students come, they have anxieties. But even our students, we talked about this just today, that we will give them something, because the students Ms. Jackson, how can we go under these boxes? Well, we were just thinking of giving those to just our new, we were giving those just to our new students, but we talked about also sharing those with, when we highlight our students for Jaguar of the Month. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one question.
Yes.
On this yellow sheet here, you got the number of students not returning dropped by 9 for 56. Do you know why?
I'm glad you asked that, Ms. Trustee Betty Robinson. So we have not, that's some information that we haven't pulled, and when I had my self-assessment with Mr. Fountain, I talked about that. Many times when parents leave, I do ask why. Many times it's out of state, they're leaving because they're moving to another district. But it would also be nice to collect that data as to, you know, other reasons as to why. But I always survey parents to ask them why they're leaving, to try to get them to stay. But many times it's just a move. And many of if you can see that they have moved to different districts or out of state. Just a few of them moved within the Southfield Public Schools, but many of them moved out of state.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Principal Jackson, AP Miller, and Mr. Blankenship.
Thank you so much.
Board President and trustees assembled, due to the success of the program outlined by Levy, we are investigating whether that would be a district-wide investment that we want to make for our students to have that restorative piece in place for their behaviors.
Okay.
At this time, moving to the Head Start report, I believe Trustee Robinson will share some information with us regarding Head Start.
Okay. Okay, good evening. This is the Head Start report for Bussey Learning Center. This is the center where we house our 0 through 4-year-old. And Head Start summary operating budget, 2019-2020, results from January 2020. The program operations, $1,370,349. Early Head Start, $278,981. Training and technical assistant, $21,000. Subtotal for the federal, $1,673,330. The local match is $417,583. The grant total is $2,087,913. Head Start and COLA, the working budget was $1,370,349. Early Head Start and COLA, $278,981. Technical training and assistance, $21,000. Balance remaining for COLA is $773,442.28. 442.28. Percent spent was 43.6%. Remaining percent, 56.4. Total federal grant working budget was $1,673,330. Total in kind was $417,583. The grant total is $2,087,913. Open purchase orders are not included in the above statement. The open purchase orders are Head Start program, $8,177. Early Head Start, $12,319.41. Duration of the grant, $27,769, for a grand total of $48,265. And that is the bus report. I don't have the, do we have the, oh, it's in here? Okay. Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, it's not in my folder.
With the agenda? It's with the agenda.
Okay. Sorry about that. There is more to the Bussey report.
While you pull that up, we can recognize Ms. Hill in the audience trying to hide back there. Hi, Ms. Hill.
Okay. Okay. The update, effective February 3rd, 2020. Head Start enrollment 158 to 160 is the max. GSRP 45 out of 48. Early Head Start 16 out of 16, which is fantastic. On the waiting list for Head Start, GSRP 85 opening. Drop Head Starts 15, GSRP 6. The average daily attendance for Head Start is 79%. GSRP is 85.3. Early Head Start 83%. Head Start and Early Head Start are below the 85%, so I'm sure Ms. Hill is going to work on that. CA Child Adult Care Program, meals served for the month of January. Head Start, we served 1804 breakfasts. Great Start, 461 breakfasts we served. Lunch, we served 1876 for Head Start. Great Start, we served 465 lunches. Snacks for Head Start, 1731 were served. Great Start, 454 were served. Okay, and the breakfast, Early Head Start, we served 107 students. AM snacks, 107. Lunch, 102. PM snacks, 103. Important date updates for health. 4 students need vision screening. 4 students need hearing screening. 8 needing referrals. 2 needing dental. Disability. Currently, there are 15 children with individual education plan. 13 out of 16 for Head Start, 2 for GSRP. The program goals for 2019 through 2024. Goal number 1, under education, to increase quality of Head Start services to meet the needs of 0 to 5 year and children and family. Okay. Goal number 2, under health, increase MH outcomes for Head Start children, families, and staff to promote health and wellness. Goal number 3, under family community engagement, increase family engagement in transitions to maximize preschool gains and support family outcomes. Goal number 4, Under nutrition, Head Start families will increase a variety of fresh fruits and vegetables to promote health and wellness. Goal number 5, under health and safety, Southfield Public Schools will maintain healthy and safe indoor and outdoor environments at all times to provide a safe foundation for children to learn and grow. Self-assessment findings, on track with corrective actions on all the findings. Program governance, leadership, fiscal, environmental health and safety, comprehensive services. Important information to share. Program continue with the fiscal TNA support for STG International. The corrective action plan will be finalized Tuesday, February 4th. That has already taken place. The CAP will be presented to the SPS Board for approval on February 11th. That is also taking place, and to Policy Council on Monday, February 10th. A copy of the CAP is available in the office for anyone who would like to review it. The annual assessment is underway. Ms. Hill will reach out to a few parents and ask for them to participate. Dates will be sent out to Policy Council members to participate in study sessions for the continuation application that is due to the Office of Head Start on April 1, 2020. Save the dates: February 3rd, Policy Council meeting; February 5th, it's a fire drill; February 6th, tornado drill; February 12th, 8:15, 9:15, parent focus group; February 12th, 5:30 to 7:30, parent connection; February 13th, 5:30 to 7:30, father-daughter dance; February 17th to 21st, winter break; February 26th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Culture Day, family engagement. And that is the Buster report, and I thank you.
Yes, sir.
This question is for Ms. Hill. The ADA for Head Start, is that still low because of illness in the classroom?
Yes, sir. We had a lot of children and families out.
Any other questions?
Board President, I'm sorry, if I may, a correction at the behest of Director Hill, the CAP plan, the plan itself will be discussed in greater detail with all of the trustees at the next study session. Again, that was at the behest of Director Hill.
Thank you, Dr. Green. Any other questions, trustees? Hearing none, we're going to transition into action items. The chair will entertain a motion to open and approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Support.
It's been properly moved and seconded to open and approve the consent agenda. Any questions or corrections?
None. No.
Hearing none, please call for the vote.
Betty Robinson,
Yes.
Yolanda Smith-Child,
Yes.
Charles Hicks,
Yes.
and myself, yes.
Motion carried. Report 5858, Talent Management Action Report. The chair will entertain a motion to open and approve it.
Last page.
So move.
Support.
It's been properly moved and seconded to open and approve Report 5858. Any questions? Hearing none, please call for the vote.
Okay. Yolanda Smith-Child,
Yes.
Betty Robinson,
Yes.
myself, yes. Charles Hicks,
Yes. Motion carried. I just want to make note, you see that the Vice President is taking the role on behalf of the Secretary. She is home tending to a sick child. So she asked for you all to please excuse her on this evening. Informational items, bill disbursement report.
Yes, Board President, I believe that you have the finance team there this evening, and Josie Patita and Mark Ingram will speak to that.
Yep, Mr. Ingram's coming to the podium as you spoke.
Thank you.
Good evening, community, board members, Dr. Green, staff members. In the month of January, total we paid $10 million. This $10 million consisted of three parts. First you have payroll, then you have accounts payable checks, then you have wire transfers. First, for payroll, we had 3 payrolls in the month of January. These totaled $4.6 million in salaries and benefits. Next, we had accounts payable checks. These totaled $2.4 million. Primarily, this was general fund of $2 million and food service of $200,000. And finally, you have payments by wire or check, which totaled $3 million. The most material items were related to payments or wire transfers to the State of Michigan's Office of Retirement Services for our pension payments. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Public participation. If you wish to address the board regarding a school-related issue that has not yet been resolved by school administration, please submit a comment card immediately. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. As a matter of fairness, speakers with complaints against individuals are asked not to mention persons by name. Complaints concerning employees pursuant to Board Policy 9130 should be brought to the attention of school principals or other administrators before coming to the Board of Education. Your cooperation is appreciated. We have comment cards from Tracy Bird. If you could please come to the podium and state your name and your address.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am Tracy Bird. I am the teacher at Southfield A&T High School. I'm the African American history teacher, and it is my lesson on the N-word that has been brought up this week. I wanted to show up here tonight to just inform you that it is a very comprehensive lesson that I put a lot of work into. It was misconstrued because of a media post that was sent out of the very first slide of it. I have students here who are both former and present students who have, one has taken the class and the other one is currently in the class, and I just wanted to come and show up to just let you know that it's not a matter of just throwing this word around. It has historical value, and students, I've been teaching the lesson since 2017, at which time I sought and received the approval of the then superintendent. Well, he was the acting superintendent, Dr. Lopez. He approved me to do the lesson. He said that it was educationally sound. And of course, I have forwarded all of the PowerPoint and the essay, and they do a culminating essay at the end. And the PowerPoint includes many historical facts. And I was, when the cease and desist was issued, I did abide by that. And I was told that I could do the lesson, but I would have to edit out all of the racial slurs throughout the essay, and that will take away from the integrity of the entire lesson, because I have historical artifacts from the 17th and 18th century where this N-word was used in advertisements, and it was used in magazines, and it was used as products. And I have things of that nature throughout the video. What I would encourage everyone to do, and I would like to know, will I be able to be a part of the process? Because you said there was a process by which to teach the lesson, and I would like to know, would I be able to be a part of that process? Because I would love to present the lesson to you, or whomever may be making the decisions for this, because I put a lot of work into it and the students have gotten a lot out of it. I have essays, the culminating essay at the end, where they decide whether or not they will continue to use the word. I have copies of those that I can share with you as well. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Crystal Rice, if you could please come to the podium, state your name and your address.
Hi, my name is Crystal Rice. You said you need my address?
Yes, ma'am.
2464 Diane Hardin Avenue, Southfield, Michigan, 48075. And I'm here regarding the curriculum of the N-word for the teacher. I personally saw the 30 PowerPoint, and it's very informative. And we have enough kids out here. We having kids out here fighting each other because they don't know what they're about. They give this name, they speak this language, and they don't know the meaning of it. Originally, it was a positive thing. It was originally N-E-G-U-S, and now it's negative. So she is showing the origins of it. And if we're going to censor her, you're censoring the children, and that's freedom of speech. And these are our future. They are voting. They're going to be voting next year. They're going to be adults. They're going to be voting on where you sit at right now. Now, if we're going to take away the education, we already took away African American lit. So they will not know unless their parents tell them about James Baldwin, Langston Hughes. And if we don't teach them any better, we can't just keep saying, don't do this. We're not running a prison. We're running kids that have real expression. You know, understand what I'm saying? If you're going to take that out, take out Killing the Mockingbird, because it has N-words all through it. But that's a required course. The Holocaust is a required course. This is a 90% black school. We are supposed to be diverse. Why isn't African American studies in this curriculum? That's what I'm trying to understand. My daughter has been censored before in middle school because she went to the Million Man March and she wanted to write a poem. Why are we not giving our kids the freedom of speech to talk to here and be collective to each other without teaching them, telling them to be a prison ward or coming to a pitting and talk about fighting, but any other time you have a fight, you usually send me an email, you send an email, but now you're talking about it when there's a time of celebration. And I call, I make calls. I think the principal called me and her assistant called me, but I get a call once I'm on the radio. That's not acceptable. I'm getting tired of the parents telling me, all you say is it's duly noted. No, we need to go better. We need to go a little bit farther and teach our culture, and I will make it my business to petition all these children to vote next year, because we need to have this in our schools, and we need to educate our children better. That is, I mean, Holocaust is great, but we need the good, bad, and ugly of what America done to us and the good things that we contribute to this country. And I'm black every day, and I teach my daughter that. We're black 365, not just February. February's great, but we're black all year, and we need to teach them so. So I'm telling you, please don't censor this woman. It's a great curriculum. It's teaching them at the end, they got an essay. Should you use it? And based on what I saw, it made me check myself. And I know they're checking other students. So that's all I'm saying. Please don't censor her. But regardless, I will petition these kids to vote for everybody, for this city, because they are our future. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Rochelle Lambert, if you can please come to the podium, state your name and your address.
If I could ask to be placed Rochelle Lambert off the sign, would that be fine?
What did he say? He wants to speak in. His mom's position.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Your name? State.
Lambert,
He has a card.
Go to the podium, young man.
He has a card. He has a card.
Hello, my name is Rashad Lambert. I'm a student at Southfield A&T, senior class 2020. I'm speaking in place of Rochelle Lambert and was allowed to have her time yielded to me. I'd like to speak about that in place for the African American history class and the unfair censorship of it. The leading argument from the position of the Board of Education was that the issue is that it doesn't fit into the predetermined curriculum for the class. However, African American history only has 27 school books within the entire district. It's not a core class, and it's an elective for only one semester. The curriculum, predetermined curriculum, was not given to Ms. Bird, and it's a loose, open, pretty much take on her class. Said classes with curriculums, such as English classes or history classes, aren't given the same level of censorship, while we're able to read To Kill a Mockingbird, Tom Sawyer, and many other texts with said word throughout of it. So the argument given by the Board of Education is not only false, but from an unfair standpoint of not really being justified from this point of view. It wouldn't make much sense to give that level of censorship to a teacher or situation when, in this case, it was on an educational basis. Students such as myself have submitted that essay to colleges and gotten in with said essay. I can provide it at any time. Said essay has been given to every single student, and an issue within Southfield Public itself is student turnout and participation. Her class has almost perfect participation and attendance. Students who generally miss the class and don't go have been in perfect attendance, and every student, including ones who didn't come to the entire unit, submitted an essay. All of that information I can provide for myself, and I can speak on my own terms. So if you want to read the essay, if you want to speak more about it, you can contact me. I can show you my full essay. Furthermore, if we're going to speak on curriculum-based stuff and the support, in most cases, African-American history in other states and stuff like that could be put under a core class or a history credit within Southfield Public and Southfield A&T, the only school in this district with that as a class. It's an elective, so it's not even a history credit for us, but it's given a level of censorship that no core class was given. So in all, if we want to be fair and give a fair judgment and censorship, please understand that students like me were created from that class, given a level of education that I wouldn't have gotten from any other class, and it made me understand who I am as a student. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Just as a point of clarity, the Southfield Board of Education has not made a determination on the coursework being discussed. The Southfield Board of Education did not request any verbiage to be removed from said coursework. Just want to have that on the record as point of clarity. The Southfield Board of Education has not stated such. And I do refer the public to policy 2210 or 2220 to understand what the process is related to said coursework being presented. You're out of order, ma'am. Thank you. This is not a free-for-all. Albert Byrd, please come to the podium, state your name and your address.
Good evening. My name is Albert Byrd. My address is 15055 Penrod. That's in Detroit. But just so you understand that I do have some skin in this game. First of all, my wife is Tracy Byrd. We've been married 21 years, and I've been there since she started full-time teaching. We have 2 sons in the district. I graduated from Southfield Lathrop High School. What I wanted to say is several things. The Black History Month in the class that she's teaching, or she has set up to talk, she has been taught, excuse me. I work in a factory, so we use different type of language, so please excuse me. Tracy she came home one day and said, I'm gonna do a class on the N-word. And I said, you gonna do what? She said, I'm gonna do a class on the N-word. I said, you will not have a job. She said, well, I'm gonna do it the right way, which she always does. And she put a lot of effort in there. She asked me a lot of questions. She did a lot of history research on it, as she does all her lessons. And she knew that I knew, and she knew that this time would come one day, right? But when you're doing things for the right reasons, and we always talk about teaching our children to do the things for the right reason, you will be scolded, for lack of a better word. And she still did it because she knew it was right. And there's no disrespect to anyone in the board, but the superintendent had approved it 3 times before. And now here we are, just because you guys have a little unsavory press, or a young child put out something about, put it on Facebook or Instagram, whatever the case may be. Now we're here with this, and I just think it's a disservice to the children, it's a disservice to the parents, and it's a disservice to the teachers, who I feel, as a longtime husband of one, is truly disservice throughout this district and throughout the country. My wife has been through turmoil. She's been sued by you guys. She's been pushed out of her school district. She's been harassed by teachers. I mean, not teachers, but by principals. And I've had to stand by as a husband who is a protector and not go pay a visit to several people. And that hurts me in ways most people would never understand. So I'm just saying that when you guys sit down and discuss this, make sure, first of all, you include the person who's doing the lesson and understand that it's more to this teaching than most people ever understand. And that has affected us, our children, our household, and our marriage. But we've been together so long, it doesn't matter. We always teach our children to do right, and we always do right. And as you see, this says CBTU. I'm a part of a coalition called Coalition of Black Trade Unionists, and we fight for our black men and women in the skilled trades and outside skilled trades. And that's all I'm done.
Thank you. Ms. Tillman, if you could come to the podium, state your name and your address. Oh, sorry.
Hi, my name is Cecile Tillman. I'm not going to state my address. I do stay in Southfield, but I'm here because of the fight.
You have to state your address, ma'am.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Pardon me?
She lives in Southfield. She said she lives in Southfield.
I live in Southfield. My
You have to
zip
state
code
your
is
address, ma'am.
25171 McAllister 48033.
Thank you.
Southfield, Michigan. Okay, I'm here because of the fight that went over on the news. I didn't put it out, but my son was involved. And my son he's really hurting because of what all went through. Okay, he the one that got snubbed coming out the classroom. He got kicked out of school. They said it was for 10 days. He's been out, it's going on 3 weeks. And I'm not understanding why is he still out of school. If y'all here to help our kids learn, why is he still out of school? That's my fault. We forgave the person that done it. We let it go. All I want my son to do is get his education. That's it. But he's still out of school, and I'm not understanding why. And I would like answers why he's not in school. Can y'all give me answers? Hello? No one can give me answers?
You will be given, are you finished, ma'am? I want to allow you to finish. Are you finished with your statement?
Yes.
You will be given a response to the questions that you posed.
Okay, that's what I want. I want to know why, when.
You will be given an answer to the questions you posed, ma'am.
So you can't?
No, we will give you a response, ma'am. Thank you. Daryl Buchanan, please come to the podium, state your, oh man. Former board member Daryl Buchanan, please come to the podium, state your name and your address.
Never thought I'd be on this side. Daryl Buchanan, 16445 New Jersey, Southfield, Michigan, 48075. I am here in support of Ms. Tillman and the students that were involved in the fracas. And it got news that was very unfortunate that it was handled that way. We live in an environment now where everybody puts everything out there instantaneously. I want to ask the parent that went to the press that instead of going to the press, why don't you do like parents like myself have done and come to the building and get involved? That's a better way to handle a situation like that, because basically what you've done is you have fed the narrative that our children are dangerous. And when something happens to one of our children now, you have to think about what part you played in putting that out there in the press, okay? Now, currently, I am the head basketball coach at Southfield A&T, and the young man that she was referring to is one of my players. I take my role as a coach very seriously. I don't go to church as much as I should. I probably curse more than I should, but this is my ministry, and that's how I feel about it. And I'm very serious about the things that I do, because I'm well past the part of my life where I'm trying to win games. I'm about winning lives. And it's very difficult to do that when I don't have access to my players. See, I'm not just coach for now. I'm coach for life. And my players know that about me. And I still maintain relationships with young men that I've coached, young men, old men, that I've coached throughout my career. So I'm asking that somehow we can come to the agreement that these young people have made a mistake, and we all make mistakes, but we can't just throw them away as a result of a bad decision. One of the things I tell my kids all the time is that it doesn't take long for you to change the entire course, arc, and direction of your life. One mistake can do that, and I've seen it. I sat here for 10 years, and listening to, countless stories of young people coming before us. But one of the things that I always did was, and anybody that was involved with me knows this, I always got to the source of what the issue was. It's never what is just on the paper. It's never just that. There's always something else involved. And once you peel back all of that information, and you can really delve into what's going on with the young people, and that's how you help them. Not just, pro forma expulsions and time away. So I'm asking that there be some forgiveness and forbearance on the part of the decision makers in this community to get these young people back on track, because that's our role. When they fall, we need to pick them up, and we also need to put them back on track. I thank you for your time, and it's good seeing my former colleagues as well.
Thank you, sir.
You too.
Oh, it'd be nice to see some of you all at the games too.
You're right.
We're 12-2.
Good job. Keep it up.
Will Ms. Robinson please come to the podium, state your name and your address?
Daryl, can we get the clock?
Yeah, she's got it.
Hello, my name is Wandisha Robinson. I live at 18838 Hampshire, Lathir Village, Michigan, 48076. Switching topics a little bit, I guess. I am here to speak on the two middle schools that are in one building, which is MacArthur K-8 University and University High School. And we're in a situation, I'm a parent at MacArthur, and we're in a situation where we have fifth graders and their parents faced with a difficult decision as to whether to continue with MacArthur or to change schools and go to the University High School starting in the sixth grade. And so you have two middle schools competing for the same students in the same building. And it's a disservice to the MacArthur kids and their parents to have to make that decision. And I think it's having a negative consequence, not just on the university kids who are in the sixth grade who, if they don't do well, they have to leave and go back to their neighborhood schools. They're not allowed to go back into MacArthur, where they may have come from. So I don't know if you have followed up. I know that program started, I believe, in 2018, where you allowed the 6th and 8th graders to start attending University High School. So I'm just wondering if there will be any follow-up when you have discussions with the administrators and the parents as to whether that program is really working and whether or not there are some negative consequences that we want to look into if we can get that changed. That is all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson. Will Mr. Walton please come to the podium, state your name and your address, please?
My name is Isaiah Walton. I live at 15687 Pennsylvania, Southfield, Michigan, 48075. What I am coming to the board today to speak about is the fights as well. I feel like I know some of the children that were involved in the fights, and I just feel like that I agree with the mother. Some of them have been. I went to Southfield Public Schools. My brothers went to Southfield Public Schools. I'm a Southfield kid. So with me being a Southfield kid, I remember when I was in school, you served a 10-day suspension, and then you were brought back to school. And I feel like we're kind of condemning these kids before we even give them an opportunity to be children. Like, we have to remember that they're still children at heart. Like, one of these kids, I've seen him from freshman year. I'm also a basketball coach. So one of them, Daquan coach. I've seen him from freshman year. That young man has grown so much, and this year he's on the honor roll. From where he started from to where he's at now, I feel like he's made so much progression. I feel like to leave him out of school and put him in a position where he's not able to continue to learn and grow the way he has progressed, I feel like it's just doing a disservice to him, and not just him, but to all the other children as well. Like, it's about the greater good of the children as a whole. Like, we already are a minority in the world. Why are we treating them like they're not allowed to make mistakes? I understand that, we want them to grow up and be grown-ups and be adults, but I feel like condemning them this early and not giving them a second chance or giving them the opportunity to kind of make up for their mistakes. Like, it can even be something such as community service around the school, or an after-school program where they give back to the school the time for the district, for the fights and so on and so forth. I'm just saying, I feel like we need to express and explore other options when it comes to these children and their future in Southfield Public Schools, but keep their future in Southfield Public Schools. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. With Mr. Turner, please come to the podium, state your name and your address, please.
Good evening. My name is Edward Turner. Good evening. My address is 14225 West 9 Mile Road, Oak Park, Michigan. But I am also the freshman head basketball coach at Southfield High A&T, and I'm on the staff with Coach Daryl Buchanan. And long as I've known, when there's trouble going on in your family, the whole family show up. And that's why we are here tonight. The JV coaches are here, head coaches are here, my assistant freshman coaches in the back. And we have 2 players affected by the fiasco a couple weeks ago. And I tell my players, it's not about the mistake, because everybody makes mistakes. It's about what you do next. And being gone for a lot of days, I'm not even certain about how many, it's been so many. It's been school been missed, work been missed. And then I think the best way to redeem ourselves and to get what we need to respond, you do it with family. And both the kids that we've lost have been away from family for a lot of time. And it's kind of productive, especially with Mr. Blankenship, with his new program, with not suspending kids and keeping them in school and keeping them out of class, answering questions. I think this is on the same lines, where we can do more positive with the kid being around us versus not. And I just think the board, I'm asking the board to rethink the decision and kind of do it, I'm not asking them to say when, but fast, because the kids are suffering at home more than around his family. And that's just my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Before I read the closing statement, just be aware, we understand the urgency and we hear the passion in the voices of the community. We have asked administrating to review and understand what's happened and to process those incidences accordingly and quickly. Members of the Board of Education and the district administration value your comments, and your concerns have been duly recorded. To ensure that an accurate response is provided, the appropriate district staff will thoroughly investigate your issue and will contact you. If your concern is an emergency and requires immediate attention, please contact the board office at 248-746-4366. Your support and participation are greatly appreciated. Anything for the good of the order?
Yes, I have a couple. Last Friday, I attended the MacArthur Daddy-Daughter Dance, and I volunteered the entire program, and it was phenomenal to see so many dads coming out to support their daughters, and they all look very, very nice. And it's a program that the PTA sponsors every year, and it's always a sellout. So kudos to the dad who escorted their young daughters out, and grandfathers came out to support their granddaughters, and it was just wonderful to see everybody dressed up and having fun. And the PTA provided a wonderful sit-down dinner, and it was fantastic. And I just want everybody to know that there are good things happening in our schools. And we do have parents who support our students. And also, last week, we had our Area Council PTA Founders Day, which is very, PTA has always been very dear to my heart because I've been a PTA president at every school that my children attended, elementary, middle, and high school. And I was also Area Council PTA president for years. And this is a program where the PTA honors not only parents, but teachers who work diligently with the PTA. And it was a Founders Day program that also included dinner. And we also recognized some of our staff who were very involved in with our students. And it was a great, phenomenal program. And Mr. Buchanan is correct. We should attend as many events as we can. I have been attending basketball game for the girls. I've also attended the music, band programs at middle schools, and the arts program. And we have some wonderfully talented students. And I will be attending your boys' basketball game as soon as possible. And that's all I have.
I just further getting the order, am appreciative of all of the public participants today who came to the podium. As our tradition and board operating procedures dictate, we don't reply, but certainly we hear them. And I can say, having served with giants like Darrell Buchanan and Betty Robinson and what have you, that respectfully, this superintendent is by far, very responsive. And I'm very confident that resolutions will be coming, quickly. And also for the community to know that we're very sensitive to over penalizing our students in terms of suspensions and expulsions, to the point where we have been talked to by the state of Michigan some years ago about overwhelmingly suspending and expelling students of color, ironically. And so the board found out about that and really got behind pastoral care, and exciting to hear about the dean of culture and things of that nature. So I do believe that this will get resolved, as some at the podium have said, and it warms my spirit that the comments weren't attacking of nature. I felt that the comments came across with solutions as well, which is sometimes what's missing in conversation. And so I want to shout out the former students of Southfield Public Schools, as I am, as Charles Hicks is, and I'm happy to hear that you guys are still in the community, paying attention, voting, and being a part of the process. So that is my for the good of the order.
A few weeks back, I mentioned to everyone that 2020, we're going to have to really come out and vote. We're going to have to come out and make sure that we accurately put our information in for the census. We have a very important presidential election coming up, and based on how certain things went, as Trustee Charles mentioned, with the impeachment hearing, sounds like we have to really make sure that we have the right people that represent us in office at all levels, including people that sit at this table. So we have 2 seats up for election in 2020 on this board. So folks who feel that their voices or things aren't going the way that they would like them to go, what I would like to do is to make sure that folks understand what the role of a board member is. A few people have reached out to me directly to understand the process of running for school board, and I've shared with them what our roles and responsibilities are. But if anyone else is interested, please feel free to contact me. Future meetings: Thursday, February 27th, 2020, 6:30 p.m., special board meeting. Tuesday, March 10th, 2020, 7 p.m., regular board meeting. Meeting adjourned.